I believe that TDS just dropped the update that will change the balance of the game forever. So in the latest TDS update, they released skills, and what they do is they add special bonuses for your game, and they are all crazy useful in my opinion, and really shift the balance of the game. They added 4 skill trees to go down, each giving you buffs on you or your towers, and these are not just small little buffs. If maxed, these could probably be seriously overpowered, but the catch is that the cost goes up the more you upgrade it, so they get hella expensive. So make sure you choose carefully what you want to upgrade. Now let's talk about the 4 routes you can go down. The green is economic. It boosts your cash, like giving more cash back from selling towers, giving you more starter money, increasing wave rewards, and after a certain amount of enemies killed, depends per upgrade, you get 1.5x rewards after killing them. These are overpowered on their own because I physically don't know how much they scale at the later levels because I couldn't afford it, but seeing how high they can go, I can expect for people to gain crazy amounts of cash if these skills are maxed out, especially selling farm and getting more money back from it, as well as getting even more wave bonuses and more starting cash. And that's just the money tree to help you gain more money. Now let's move on to the blue tree, where it boosts your health. The blue deals with health for a variety of things. You can increase your max health, you can overheal your max health, you can reduce stun time, and this is the crazy one, you can increase the health of units. So basically, if you upgrade that to the max, you have super high health units, so towers like the Crook Boss, Elf Camp, and all the other spawner towers are heavily buffed if you max that out. And now, you don't need to rely on medic as much, as the general stun time of your towers has been reduced, so you don't have to waste a tower slot on medic. And I forgot to mention, but you can also passively heal every wave without the medic, and it heals over health as well. So even if you leak something, by the time you get to like wave 10, your health is back and even higher than before. It's crazy. So now we make tons of money, and you have a ton of health now, and your spawning units are overpowered to sell, and your towers can barely be stunned. How does this get better, you ask? Well, let me show you the purple section. Purple is strategy. I don't really know how. It just reduces and increases stuff, but that's what the TDS devs want to call it, and I'm just here explaining what they do. What you can do is reduce the timer for abilities for towers, increase the amount of logbooks you get. I don't know how that's strategic, unless you're Wikia Colors. Reduce the cooldown of units being spawned, and increasing the tower limit. Yes, you can increase the max tower limit, and seeing how it goes up by 1 each upgrade, plus 10, a solo player can now have 50 towers in a game. That's insanity. It says it scales to others being in a game, so I think it just takes whatever tower limit you have and increases it by 10, but still, everyone can have 10 more towers in a game if they all max it out. So a squads game can theoretically have 40 extra towers in a game. And now you guys can chain your commanders even faster. And if you have spawners, it can send out units even faster as well, making them more overpowered now, as they have more health and they spawn faster. So there's 2 things that now buff them directly. And I guess if you want logbooks easier, that's there too. So now you have tons of cash, tons of health, and tons of units and towers you can spam now. What does the final skill tree have to offer us now? The final skill tree is red, and it's offense, basically buffing your towers generally. So what this can do is increase the range of all of your towers in the game, as in every single tower that can be placed will get a range increase no matter what. All AoE towers can get bigger explosion radiuses. You can increase the duration of debuffs on enemies, and after a certain amount of hits on an enemy, depending on the upgrade of the skill, the tower does critical damage, doing 1.25x the original damage. So now, if you can't fit DJ, or DJ has too low of range, and you need it bigger, you can enhance it, and every other tower in the game along with the range buff if you use DJ, making towers range even bigger than before. You can make debuffs like slowness, poison, confusion maybe even last longer? It's absolutely insane. The critical is interesting, as towers with higher fire rates benefit this more than towers with slower fire rates, but it says it can't stack, so it probably does one at a time instead of every tower instantly doing a critical damage. But still, getting an extra 300 damage from rangers or an extra 7 damage from golden minigunners is pretty cool. And unless you use AoE towers a lot, this one is kinda useless unless you love AoE. And by the way, this was all speculation and what I could observe from reading descriptions and guessing the potential of these skills. But the stuff I had access to, in my opinion, already buffed my ability to play the game, and I didn't even have that much unlocked, as I spent about 1,300 coins on it when you need about 1.6 million coins to complete everything. What? I barely spent anything and I already feel a difference. So, if I can spend 1,300 coins on this and already get powerful buffs, having everything maxed out will change the game completely, as now medic becomes more useless, as you can reduce the stun times. The spawners become overpowered now, as you can increase the health and summon units faster. All towers in the game get permanent range buffs. You can passively heal. You can now use abilities easier. You can have debuff towers are also now more overpowered, as debuffs last longer, and certain towers can get even stronger after a certain amount of hits. And now the waves give you even more money than before, and you start with even more money. So many critical things for the game have changed positively, but people can't see it yet. But as people max their skills, game modes will slowly become easier and easier, and strats will slowly shift to match the general population's skills. But obviously, this is TDS. The second something is fun and makes the game easy, will be nerfed immediately so. Watch I call this. Some skills will be nerfed, like the cooldowns, the wave bonuses, the health, all that stuff. The range, the stun reduce, I think those have the biggest chances of actually getting nerfed in later updates, as they feel just way too overpowered for the game. But until then, we have these overpowered skills to play with. I hope you enjoy them. I enjoy them. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and comment down below what you think of the skills update. Let's hope nothing gets nerfed. And with all that being said, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.